Hi, I'm Paula Kuhl, and this is my personal learning project for Teachers Academy on engagement strategies. I implemented many engagement strategies this school year with my third grade students. Several ELA standards are covered, including students using academic language, drawing on their academic learning, and what I wanted students to know and be able to do would be to learn these engagement activities and do them as part of our classroom routine, to be able to apply them across the curriculum in different subject areas, and to better understand the academic vocabulary and content as a result of doing these engaging learning activities. Here are my instructional strategies and teaching practices. One thing I implemented was the fruit partners. So students had a choice in choosing some different partners, but that I could also manipulate that as well by selecting, the fruit to use. I focused on Quiz Quiz Trade, Four Corners, Mile a Minute, Dice Roll, and Placemat. We tried Rally Coach. I introduced some other engaging learning activities, but these were the 5 that we focused on. Quiz Quiz Trade, Four Corners, Mile a Minute, I did those across the content in almost every subject area. Dice Roll we spent most of the time with in math, and Placemat in ELA with reading. Here's 2 photos of my students, the top doing the Quiz Quiz Trade activity, and on the bottom, the dice roll. To assess them, I mostly used formative assessment. So while we were doing the learning activities, I was able to walk around, to observe, to take notes. You could see things like in Four Corners, who was quick to get to the corner, who knew right away, versus the student that kind of straggled over or looked around to peers for support. With Mile a Minute, I could hear the students as they discussed and who was excellent at describing the vocabulary and who needed more support with that. I did also give students a survey so that I would have something a little bit more concrete to see which activities they really enjoyed and why, and which activities they disliked and if they had reasons for those. Here is my summary data and those assessment results. So again, with the formative assessment, I was just able to identify students that had mastered things, who would benefit from a challenge, and who needed more support. But the bar graph in the middle shows the student survey results. So you can see in the green, the smiley face, the rankings they gave the activities versus the yellow sad face. So it's no surprise that Four Corners, Mile a Minute were popular. They're a little bit more interactive. They're able to move a little bit as they switch places with a partner or walk to a corner. I was a little bit surprised at the Quiz Quiz Trades dislike, but Placemat wasn't too shocking. They also wrote in on the survey at the bottom what they liked and why, and could give me a little bit more information. They enjoyed Four Corners because it was fun. Many students said it was like a game. It could be tricky, the questions that I provided. They liked that Mile a Minute was challenging and went with lots of things that we talked about. Tons of my students, unfortunately, wrote that Placemat was boring, that sometimes they didn't get along. They couldn't agree about, the best choice or what should go in the middle, what they wanted to present to the class. So that's definitely good information that I will take moving forward. Here's my reflection. Everything worked really well for the most part. Students loved the activities. It was fun. I enjoyed getting to do them with students. It was great to have something more simple, kind of that practice round when I was first teaching the activities. So be it the weather or classroom supplies, something just to model with so that they could learn how that activity went. Nothing really didn't work. Some things definitely do just require more planning on my part. And so next year, what I want to do differently is make sure I have table bins, kind of like pictured in the photo in the corner, so that dice or those whiteboards are on hand and they're ready. I want to make sure that when I am putting in the work to create a slide of vocabulary words to use for Mile a Minute, that I'm storing those safely so I can easily access them. And I want to continue this next year. I'm going to make it my goal to do at least one engaging learning activity every day with my students, and hopefully even more. Thanks so much.